We begin at dawn. Not because it's a cliché of new beginnings, but because it is the only time the city is quiet enough to hear the truth. Look at the skyline. We've been told that if we climb high enough, if we secure the right corner office in Westlands or the right apartment in Kilimani, we will finally arrive at a destination called happiness. But this is not a video about feel-good advice. If you're looking for a quick fix or a hollow affirmation to get you through the week, you are in the wrong place. This channel is built for the actual battles of actual life. What we are discussing today is a radical claim about the architecture of human suffering. We are going to bridge the gap between the dusty scrolls of ancient Stoics and the rain-slicked streets of Nairobi CBD. We are going to talk about why your pursuit of happiness is the very thing keeping you from it. Most of us are living within a category era. You see it every day on the digital billboards across the city. They promise that if you hit a certain target, a material accumulation, the external validation, the feeling of happiness will be your prize. But happiness is not a thing you can aim at and hit. It is not a destination. It is a byproduct. Stop for a moment. Honestly reflect, when was the last time you let someone's casual comment, maybe a slight from a boss or a message on your phone, completely derail your entire day? You are looking for stability in a world of rain-slicked chaos. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, argued that happiness arrives consistently and sustainably only as a consequence of a particular way of living. They didn't call it happiness. They called it eudaimonia. Eudaimonia is often poorly translated as happiness. But it means something much deeper: human flourishing. Flourishing is not pleasure. It is not excitement. It is the full, deep realization of your potential across every dimension of your life: physical, intellectual, relational, and moral. Think of it like an engine. When the parts are aligned, when the eudaimonia engine is tuned, the byproduct is a sense of being genuinely undefeatable. This requires intellectual courage. It requires you to stop retreating into passive mindsets. To flourish is to engage in SG's discipline training. You don't become a Stoic by watching this, you become a Stoic through the grit of your daily choices. To understand flourishing, we must look at the dark. Viktor Frankl, writing from the belly of a concentration camp, realized that meaning, not happiness, is the fundamental human need. In Nairobi, we often mistake comfort for meaning. But meaning is not found like a hidden treasure in a forest. Meaning is made. It is forged through commitment, through contribution, and through the acceptance of suffering in service of something larger than your own comfort. Look at Mwangi. He's at a gritty construction site in a sprawling neighborhood, helping build a library. His face shows physical strain, but his eyes show profound contentment. He isn't happy because the work is easy, he is flourishing because the work is meaningful. Modern research and ancient wisdom converge on 4 pillars of lasting satisfaction: strong relationships, personal autonomy, meaningful work, and progressive mastery. It does not come from material accumulation or the removal of all difficulty. If you are waiting for your life to become easy before you start living, you will be waiting until you are in the ground. Pause and reflect. Are you avoiding the difficult conversation at work or home because you want peace? That isn't peace, it's stagnation. True well-being comes from the progressive mastery of your craft and your character. It's about being slightly wiser and more capable every day. You've been trying to solve the wrong equation. The desire for more positive experience is itself a negative experience. The acceptance of negative experience is itself a positive experience. This is the central paradox of the Stoic mind. When you stop fighting the reality of the chaotic, fast-moving crowd and simply take a deep, calm breath, you regain your power. How do we practice this? Ryan Holiday's distillation of the Stoics is this: happiness is the removal of destructive emotions, not through suppression, but through the cultivation of their opposites. Remove envy by practicing gratitude in a simple journal. Remove fear by cultivating the courage to step into that boardroom. Remove resentment by initiating the difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Remove hollowness by building a life oriented toward what actually matters rather than what looks impressive on Instagram. This is the battle-ready framing of philosophy. We aren't just thinking, we are removing the rot from our internal architecture. Consider Epictetus. Born into slavery, he lived one of the richest internal lives in history. He found his flourishing in a daily practice of self-improvement. His happiness didn't depend on his freedom or his circumstances. It depended on the felt sense of becoming more capable. Look at your own life. Perhaps you're in a small bedsit apartment in Nairobi, struggling to make ends meet. If your happiness is tied to your rent or your status, you are a slave. But if your happiness is tied to your character and your intellectual growth, it is a wealth that cannot be taken away. This is the integration. Your flourishing requires infrastructure, not just inspiration. Values. Know what you actually want, not what society told you to want. Infrastructure. Protect your sleep and manage your stress as non-negotiable systems. Habits. Build systems that don't depend on motivation. Motivation is a fair weather friend. Discipline is a brother. Environment. Design your surroundings to support your values. Choose the discomfort of growth over the comfort of stagnation. Most people prefer a comfortable story about why they can't over the uncomfortable reality of doing the work. We must define enough. Not as a ceiling that limits you, but as the ground you stand on. The Stoic Musonius Rufus, when exiled to a desolate island, realized he only needed food, water, sunshine, and the capacity for thought and relationship. He had enough. If you have those things, you have the foundation to build anything. The question is, are you willing to do the work of becoming the person who can inhabit the life they already have? Our struggles determine our successes. You have two paths. One is the decaying, glowing neon swamp of passive comfort, the easy life of scrolling, complaining, then waiting. The other is the winding mountain road of productive struggle. Choose your struggles wisely. If you're looking for one more piece of information before you start, one more video, one more book, you notice that impulse. It is a form of retreat. The moment to start is now. Not Monday. Now. Start small enough that failure is almost impossible. One honest conversation. One uncomfortable action. Start wrong. Your first attempt will be imperfect. That isn't a problem, that's the curriculum. The 10th attempt will be unrecognizable compared to the first. Finally, we come to memento mori. Remember, you will die. That is not a dark thought. It is the most practical, battle-ready thought available. When you realize that the clock is running, it becomes impossible to justify that deferred decision or that avoided conversation. It clarifies immediately what is actually important. You know what you need to do. Go do it. I'll be reading every comment. Tell me, what is the hardest part of this philosophy for you to internalize?